Hey Aqua-View fans, Chris Munchow here. I want to take a few minutes to do a video on the unboxing and all the new features of some of the great new Aqua-View products for 2017-2018. This video is going to be a little more in-depth than maybe your typical unboxing video because there's a lot of new features involved in our new full-size camera series. We've got the HD10i and the HD10i series, two different models in each, and these units are packed full of new features, a lot of different things than you might be used to in Aqua-View systems. So I want to take a few minutes to show you a little bit about the unboxing and a whole bunch about all the new great features that these units have. So right away as you're unboxing these units, they're going to look way different than any other Aqua-View system. Notice the size of the case. It's a completely different setup. Go ahead and open it up. And you've got your main camera here and you've got an accessory pack. We're going to pull this out and we'll look at that in a minute. I'm going to set that off to the side and then I'm going to go ahead and pull out the camera system itself. Very sturdy foam box. Take this and toss it off to the side. Go ahead and set this down and there's your system. Remove the system from the storage foam. And now let's take a look at the system itself. Okay, before we look at all the features of the camera itself, let's take a look at the accessories enclosed. Got a warranty registration card. And this is something new from Aqua-View. It is a screen protector and anti-glare shield. This thing will fit right on your screen. You can definitely see, not only will it protect it, but you can see if it helps with some of the glare. Now these systems, especially the 7i Pro and the the HD10i and 10i Pro have greatly increased screen capability, much higher nit or essentially brightness levels. You'll be able to see these units much better than any other underwater camera. Has been, the screen has been viewable in the past, but this is something you can play around with and see if you like it, and if anything it'll help protect your screen during use. We've got a case right here. We've got your 12-volt power adapter, and we have the power supply. Now this is very crucial information. This is a power supply. Okay, what that means is this is not the charging unit. The charger on these systems is actually built inside the system. So this is your power supply. You're going to plug it into the back. I will show you how to do that later. There is a little light on the back that'll indicate red for charging, green. But being it's a power supply and being that the charger is built into the system, that's going to be a little bit different for charging than you're used to before. This unit will charge while you're powered on and you're using it, but for the most effective charge, we recommend charging it overnight when it's not in use. It'll charge much faster, and it's just a little bit more of effective charge. But this is the power supply, and again, we'll talk about that a little bit as we move forward. All right, here it is, Aqua-View HD10i underwater camera system. All brand new design, a whole different look and feel, and a whole bunch of new features. I'm actually pretty excited to show them to you. So I'm going to go ahead and lift the cover. The first thing you'll notice on the giant 10-inch screen is it's got a protector on there for essentially a shipping protector. It talks about to make sure you charge your battery every couple of months during non-use to maintain the life of the battery. It shows you how to register for your warranty. And real important down here, this is new this year too, we have help at aquaview.com. It's an expanded FAQ. It hopefully will answer just about any question the customer will have. Not only is it written stuff, we have videos attached to most of the FAQs, so you can go in if you're having trouble understanding how something works. Chances are it'll be on this website. The website is new and growing, so we'll be adding stuff constantly, but a really good resource for Aqua-View customers, help.aquaview.com. That gets you to the knowledge base and the FAQ. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this and get a look at this great big screen here. And before we actually power on the camera itself, we're going to take a look at some of the external features, what's new and what's different in the design of this system. So let's take a look at that right now. Okay guys, on the new HD series, a whole new look and feel for these camera systems. Right now I have it configured on how you would typically travel with it. This is how the unit would go in the case. Again, for travel, I've got the cover down, the cover flips up. That's pretty standard, but I'm going to show you a neat feature on this cover later and why some anglers may want to remove this cover for certain types of use. So here is a real big difference from past units. You know, cable management on these larger units has always been an issue. You know, not only wrapping up the cable, but how to store the camera when it's not in use. Here's a really neat feature. Built right into the side of this system is a camera storage area. This camera, with using the rail system, it slides right in and out of this. There's a yellow tab that releases it. So when I want to take it out, that's how you take it out. One thing we're going to do right now while I'm looking at it is there's another protective plastic cover over this. I'm going to go ahead and remove that so I don't get out on the water and go to utilize the system and have a fuzzy picture. So I'll get rid of that. So we've got the camera taken out. We've got the XD fin and the rail system. I'm going to go into that a little more in depth. But again, when you're not using the camera or moving, it slides right into here and locks in place. Locked, secure, safe. Again, pop it out with the yellow tab or lock it in. Very cool. It's going to keep your camera in really good shape. It's not going to be bouncing around when you're going across the lake on a four-wheeler or a snowmobile or in your truck. Great idea. I can't explain how much that's going to really be a great tool for anglers to keep that camera safe, not all banged up, and should be good to go all lifetime with the system. So as I mentioned, you've got your typical knobs on either side to rotate the camera, the monitor, excuse me, up or down. And go ahead and open the cover. There's the cover does snap in place on the bottom, and open up the cover. Now, one thing that's really cool, you'll notice how the way this unit is set up. Your monitor is on the frontmost part of the cable management system, or the base essentially. If I turn this around, there's a piece of foam in there for travel, storage, shipping essentially. If you turn it around, rotate it up a little bit more, you can remove the knobs that hold this on and flip the monitor 180 degrees so it's facing forward this way. What that'll do, some anglers might want to utilize this as a shelf. You may want to set things on here. Who knows, a lot of different options there, but you can rotate that 180 degrees and put it back on there. So that's really cool. One thing that you'll notice when you start playing with this guy a little bit is the back of the system, and I'm going to go ahead and rotate the camera up just a little bit. The back of the system, we've got some screw taps in place here, and what that's going to do for anglers is it's going to give you a whole new way to mount this unit if you do not want to use it with the base. It's going to work great for guys that want to mount it on their boat for open water use, or if you're in a shack and you want to mount it on the wall somewhere for better viewing. If you've got a ram mount and or I shouldn't say a ram mount, I guess any kind of mount, and a ball, you can screw that guy in. This is a pretty heavy system, so you probably want to use maybe a little bit bigger ball than this, and maybe a couple of them. But you now have the ability to mount this thing to the wall or to your boat, or maybe even on an ATV or something, for a whole new different way of viewing. And we're going to have a wiring kit available that's going to allow you to not use this base and power it off an external 12-volt battery source, maybe something in your ice shack or in, up to your boat electronics battery. So that's a really neat feature. This is just a whole new different setup than what we're used to on underwater camera viewing. While we're back here, let's talk a little bit about what you see down here. So you've got your charging port right here. And as I talked about earlier, inside here there's going to be a little light, red when it's charging, green when it's done. So when you plug in your power supply here, you'll be able to look at that. One more time I'll go over that. This is a power supply with the charger built into the unit. So you can charge it while the unit is on. It's going to get the most effective charge when the unit is powered down. We recommend charging it overnight. You plug it in by morning. It should be fully charged. Look for the green light. So that's that. Next to that, you'll see your HDMI video out port. HDMI video on all of our HD systems. So very compatible with all the modern TVs. Any TV manufactured, well, I shouldn't say any, but probably any TV manufactured in the last 5+ years or more is going to have HDMI input. That gives you your high definition signal. These cables are very easy to find nowadays. So that's how you do that. One thing I should mention here, you're going to want to keep these plugs in and secure for your waterproof operation of the system. Once these are in, that gives you your waterproof operation. While we're back here, as you see, this is your battery compartment and how to replace the battery. You pop out these little rubber grommets, and that one is a little loose and I've been bumping it. And you remove your screws, and that's how you take your battery out. So real simple to do. That's essentially it for the back. It's a different design. I think some anglers are going to utilize this part for some cool things. Ice anglers are very very trendy as far as all the advancements and the stuff they like to do. They'll come up with some creative uses for this. So that'll be pretty cool as an option if you want to do that. Okay, before we get into actual operation of the camera, I wanted to go over a couple additional things. XD camera head. This is the new Aqua-View camera head design. If you're familiar with Aqua-View products, we introduced it last year. It's got some real neat advancements for the angler. We now use a rail system. The rail system, for those of you that are in the firearms, very similar to that. It's a slide on and slide off system for the various accessories. On the top right now we've got the fin, and this fin can be faced either direction. And what this fin is going to do for you is it's going to give you the various options as far as hanging your camera when you're viewing underwater. You can do the good old-fashioned down view. You're going to have the traditional horizontal view if you run your cable like that. You've got an up view. So by running your cable in this, you're going to get somewhat of an up view. And you've got a down, approximately a 45-degree down view. So it gives you the 4 different options for viewing. This is a real big thing for anglers because everybody's got their preference. A lot of guys like the down view. It saves you from drilling another hole. I myself prefer a horizontal view. I love the image that it gives back. When I'm fishing with the camera, when I'm actually scouting with the camera, I like the 45-degree view. What that does for me is it allows me to keep the camera higher and see more of the bottom, the cover, the structure, whatever I'm looking at. And the up view, I won't go into too much detail on up view, but it's something that a lot of the tournament anglers have had some pretty good success with. So again, this fin slides on and off on the rail system. So we're coming out with a series of accessories for the XD camera head system. We're going to have a light, an additional light. We're going to have the trolling live strike system, which allows you to place your lure or your live bait in front for trolling and to watch strikes and follows, that type of thing. And then we've got the trolling fin. This is something I've been using quite a bit this year. And again, this guy slides right on the bottom and clips into place. And I don't have a great angle to show this. I'll try to back up a little bit. And the way this guy works, set your camera in a horizontal. Notice how I have it tracking backwards. What that's going to do is give you a nice image as the boat is moving. Generally under trolling motor power, you can go real slow with an outboard if you want, but I typically use it under trolling motor power. And then I've been running the live strike, which is going to put my lure out over here and I can watch it, or just for scouting purposes. This extra big fin really helps hold the system much more stable than in the past. And again, as you see, these attachments slide on and off via the rail system. So it's that quick and that easy. Before we get into the camera operation, one more thing I'm going to show you, and this will be very hard to see. I'll probably try to do a close-up image if that's not visible. But we have, on some of the systems, you're going to have your depth marked on the cable for quick reference. So you'll see it's in increments here, and you know, this is just going to kind of be a quick reference if you're out. Right there, 4 feet, so on and so forth. So as you lower the camera cable down, you can use that as a quick reference to help you see how deep you're at. So that's another thing you want to look for on this feature. Let's take a look at the camera itself. Let's power it up and see how it looks. All right, let's go ahead and power up the unit and see what it looks like. You'll notice right away that this screen is not only large, it's incredibly bright. Definitely going to offer some amazing viewing for anglers and out in the bright conditions. So one thing you'll notice right away, upper right corner, that's your battery indicator. Looks like it's showing about 1/3 charge right now, so that'll need a charge in a little bit, but you've definitely got some life left, and that's visible up there for you to watch as you're angling. You'll notice the various keys here. You got power, exit, zoom, light. You got a plus and minus for adjusting. I'll show you that in a moment. Let's go into the menu itself. You've got an auto adjust. You've got 2 custom settings, so you can set it for pre-program it for the various types of angling and the time of day or conditions that you use often. You've got display settings, you've got a system, and then on-screen display, which is not applicable on the 10i, but that would be on the 10i Pro, and that'll be a different video. All right, let's dive into the menu settings a little bit more. You'll notice that the auto adjust is marked, checked right now to show you where it's on. If you arrow down and go into the display settings, here's where you're going to be able to select the various settings, and you've got day or night. You've got the IR display setting, which is going to give you various features: brightness, sharpness, contrast color, etc. We'll exit out of that. And again, just you can change these settings around. You're going to have a lot of different options to really fine-tune the display when you're out on the ice or on the water to make it ideal for your angling application at that time. When we're ready to get out of the menu settings, we're going to hit exit a couple times. Let's take a look at the light. So flip on the IR lighting, boom, very bright. Using the plus and minus keys, I can adjust the intensity of the light to almost nothing, all the way up to extremely bright. And to turn the lights off, simply hit the button. Zoom feature, pretty self-explanatory. Zoom in and zoom out. That's about it. That's pretty easy. And as far as operation goes, that's about it. It's it's an underwater camera, HD. The viewing on this is going to be second to none. You're gonna love the picture. You're gonna love the options to make the various adjustments. on the on the water, on the ice. And that's about it with the with the general usage of the system. It's not too hard. Anglers will pick it up pretty quick. One other really neat feature that the HD7i and HD10i systems are going to have is the ability to remove the cover. If you're going to permanently mount this unit somewhere and you do not want the cover, very easy to take it off. So I'm going to remove the screws on either side. They're little guys here. All right, there's one, and the other. All right, screws are out. Simply slide this forward. They slide right in, and all right. So now I took the cover off. And there you go. Now you can mount this thing without the cover. If that's a need for you, if you want the cover back on, 2 screws and it's back on. Very simple, very easy. All right, I hope you enjoyed my little demo of the Aqua-Vu HD10i system. Really excited to see these get in the hands of anglers this winter. It's going to be a great unit. Really took a huge step in technology as underwater cameras go, and I think anglers are really going to enjoy it. It's going to be a unit that is going to be functional all year long. Guys are going to be running these in their boats as well, and you're really going to be blown away by the screen viewability on the 7i Pro, the HD10i that we looked at today, and the HD10i Pro. So thanks for tuning in, and good luck on the water this year.